Hello? Oh, that was weird. Hi. Hey. Hi. Uh, I'm waiting for people to show up. Probably won't, but I just want to say, um, give it a second. Make sure my Discord is working. Well, GGE Discord. What? Where's the thingamabob? There it goes. There I am. Ah! Okay. Yeah. I'm going. Hello. Welcome to another episode of We Otter Chill. I am your host, Mystic. This is just a show where we just chill and we chat, and that's about it. And I use my really crappy webcam that's built into my camera. Uh, I apologize for not doing a show the past two Sundays. First Sunday, this guy right here had bloody pee-pee, and we had to get him to the vet, and it was stressing me the hell out. But obviously, he's fine now. He's good. He got his medication. He's very much loved and pampered. And I was actually trying to set up a kitty cam, like close to where he is, and I have cameras, but I don't think I have the right abilities to set them up. So I have to play around with that a little bit more and see what I can accomplish with that. Other than that, there's that. I have also, let's see, there was that stress. And then last Sunday, I actually went with friends to Bellefontaine Cemetery to hang out. And we ended up at their house and talking for way too long. So we were just kind of like, meh, I don't feel like it. By the time I got home, it was like 8:30, and I was just like, yeah, nothing, forget about it. I'm not gonna do it that weekend. So I just went ahead and I did it, and I'm doing it this weekend. But that's pretty much it. I have new frames. Yee. It's from it's Pair Eyewear. It's those weird frames from the Van Gogh licensing. So, serious review about Pair Eyewear. I really like them. I think it's really fun to have like changeable frames, and just having like magnetic sunglasses is awesome as all hell. I'm not gonna lie though, these like little plastic frames are really expensive, and I just think they're ridiculous. So I don't know. I'm gonna get some let's get some music playing in the background, shall we? I totally forgot to get some chill vibing music. Get a YouTube. 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 By the way, I do have a YouTube now. Uh, what's it called? Shit. It's Deadly Auntie DJ Mystic. You can find it on YouTube. I only have a couple of the uploads. I don't even have my first upload Twitch stream up there. And this will also be up there. So if you miss out, you can watch it. So let's find some, let's see, lo-fi hip hop that I can play in the background. Free. Okay, this should be no copyright. Let's see. How does this sound? Yeah, that's how we like doing it. Oh, that's a lot louder than I thought. There we go. Let's switch my account. Just for a second. By the way, I'm very curious. That's not what I wanted to do. God damn it. I hate when shit moves around in OBS. It's like I didn't even do that. I need double monitors for this thing. I really do. I need a lot of crap. Alright, display capture. Okay, I don't think that's working. That's fine. I was gonna show you guys something, but I guess I'm not. Not this time. I don't know how to handle the whole display capture thing on here just yet. I know how to do it in Zoom. So today I am going to be working on some putting on some buttons and some patches onto my vests. I have a couple patches here. Some of these I've worked on, some of these I have not worked on. Some of them I'm probably just gonna like give to other people. But yeah, hot tip. You know those awful, like, they're supposed to be like washcloths for your hands, to dry your hands and stuff, and they're like during Halloween, they're that really thick material. They're that really cheap, thick material. Those napkins make the best freaking patches, so get some and get them on sale. Get them for like $1 and just like cut them up and start turning them into patches. This is one I'm not going to wear. Let's see. It's an owl. I painted an owl on it, and it's like gold and white striped, which this is not really my thing, but I think on like, I don't know, like a dark green blazer or something, this would look really cool if you're into like cottagecore or whatever. But yeah, I made that. I made a couple more that didn't really turn out very well. Like, this is supposed to be like a purple cat. You can't even tell what it is. R.I.P. Tombstone. This one turned out pretty well. It's like a haunted house. These were stencils, by the way. I did not draw these on. It kind of looks awful on camera, but it's good. Believe me. This one I think just needs a little few extra layers because the yellow does not come out well, and it's like a purple cat with a moon. Purple cat with a moon. This one turned out okay-ish. It's like the big tombstone with little tombstones. And this one turned out really cool. It says scary on it. I'm thinking of getting like a gold Sharpie and just going around some of the edging with it. I think that might actually look good. I don't know. I don't have a gold Sharpie in here with me now. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try for it later. Then, I also got these two actual patches. 1876. Wow, the light's really like that. Yeah. 1876. Which is a powwow punk rock band. They do a lot of it's a lot of Native American made patches, music. My brain just failed. It's failing today. My dinner. Another update I wanted to mention was I fixed up my Twitch a little bit. So under the about section, there's actually like clickable links, and it actually looks nice. I decided to switch to a purple theme. I wanted to go with red, but I'm at constant like fights with myself between the color red and purple. I love red. I grew up with red, and it's a color that looks best on me for sure. But something about purple. I don't know what it is. I just love purple, and I tend to I think a lot of like websites like Discord and Twitch and all those places have come to realize that purple is a very like it's very gender neutral in a way, in a sense. Like I know a lot more girls wear purple, but I've seen a lot of men wear purple too. And they thems as well. But something about purple. Just love purple. It's a magical color. I mean, isn't there something saying that it like technically doesn't exist? Something like that. I don't remember. Color theory. Here's the other patch I have. My Dragula patch. My boyfriend got this for me for our anniversary. I think our anniversary. Either that or Christmas. I don't remember. But had it for a while, basically. And I also got an autograph of the Boulet Brothers above my desk. Awesome gifts. I'm gonna keep eating these. I'm really hungry. Oh, I should also apologize for the last time that the Twitch went out. It went out while we were reading the Tarka the Otter series. Don't worry. I have not gotten any farther in it. I was just getting to the part where it was ending, where the dude, the writer, I guess, was bitching about writing this book and how he had to take care of his child while his wife was sick, and it was very annoying, and I just was over it at that point. But I think OBS had to update, and that's why the internet went out. Or the feed went out. So that's what happened. I also went to Terra Tacos with a couple of friends. When was that? Like 2 weekends ago? Yeah, it was the weekend that my cat got sick. But before all that happened, went to Terra Tacos. I got 2 stickers from them. Terra Tacos is a vegan monster theme, or like classic horror theme vegan taco place. I got loaded nachos. It was delicious. I loved the scenery. If I had thought about pulling up photos beforehand, I would have, but I didn't. Look at him. He is at peace. He is sleepy. But yeah, I was thinking just a chill day of just sewing my stuff. I don't know. I'm really hungry. Please ignore me. Let's go ahead and work on this. I have a lot of pants with holes in them too that I really need to fix, so I may just fix those as well. But let's see. I definitely. So this is my. I can do a little vest show off too. So this is like this is going to be my quote unquote gothabilly, but also new metal vest, and also classic horror. I may add classic horror elements to all of my vests, but that's also what's going to be on here. So I tend to add like about 3 themes per vest. So this one has horror. It's gonna have new metal. I'm going to get new metal patches from bands that I love. There's not really any band patches. So let's start at the top. The top. So this is actually a spider web napkin. Again, it was that cheap like Halloween stuff, and I just sewed it on because it makes a better little cowl than it like neat cowl than it does. And then on the edges are these like bat pins. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, they kind of point downward, but there's a bat pin on each side. And yeah, I think I got these from my partner gave them to me. So there's that. Then we've got this like goofy little like bat patch. I got this at Target. They were selling them in like the dollar bin. It was a very weird time. Actually, let's start on the other side because there's a specific button set. So start with this one. It says Anticipation. And that's those are some buttons my mom got me. I thought they were cute. Obviously Rocky Horror Picture Show family, big time. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing the otter onesie, it just got hot out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know what to do about the weather in the Midwest. Alright, so to finish off this side, the Vampira Ghoul Gang. I believe I got this from a friend as well. These two, so you can't really see this one, but this is a, what's it called? I've been having a really spacey day. It's been a long week. Creature of the Black Lagoon. It's a button from Bright Bat. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're starting to sell stuff in Hot Topic now, which is awesome because I absolutely adore them, and I'm really glad that they've like been blowing up as far as like their brand goes. But yeah, that's light really sucks. There we go. Like a little Creature of the Black Lagoon at the beach. And then I got this one right here that says Living Dead Girl. This is also from a Glamour Ghoul box. Or actually, no. This is from the Spooky Box Club series. I stopped doing those because they were getting ridiculously expensive. And I couldn't do them anymore. They were bad. They were getting bad. Like, the stuff in it isn't awful, but for like I would buy it if it was $25. But because of shipping and all that, it was like $68. No. And then I got this patch. This was also a Glamour Ghoul box thing. It is Vincent Price. Very colorful Vincent Price one. This is from a brand. They actually changed names on me. But it used to be called the Risky Rabbit. It's called something else now. I do not remember what. And then down below here, I have another one from Target, just a simple little purple skull thing. And then I got my first band on here, which is Slipknot. Do you know what Slipknot is? Yes. I like Slipknot. I kind of wish this was purple though. I feel like this is going to be a vomit of colors. It's just going to be a vomit of colors, so I'm just trying to get patches from bands that I love that are very colorful. Alright. Then, little eyeball pin. I believe that was another gift from my boyfriend. And this just fell out. Oh my goodness. That's not good. The thingy? I don't know where the thingy is. I'm gonna have to fix that later. But, yeah. There's an eyeball, and then next to it is the Oddities and Curiosities pin. Can't really see it, but it's just really fancy and looks nice. And it just says Oddities and Curiosities Expo. We plan on going to that again this year. Last year was a lot of fun. We got a lot of taxidermy and probably spent way more money than we really should have, but you know, we got so much cool stuff that has been on our wish list forever. Just weird things. I'm like obsessed with trying to find the bottom of this. It's just like hanging out now, so I don't know, that's gonna bother me. Then I have a Don't Be a Monster patch which is a donation drive, or not donation drive. They're a anti-bullying campaign. Are you an aunt? Yes, I am an aunt. I have a nephew. I know. But yeah, I'm working on battle vests today. Just got someone in the chat. Hello. But I'm just showing off some of my battle vests before I start working on them. I have Papa here from Ghost. And then I have the official Glamour Ghoul box pin right there. Which, they have recently come back, so I highly recommend you buy boxes from them. Oh, hi! You're cooler than my aunt. Some ants suck. I wish some ants were cooler. And then I got this Cat Anarchy patch, which I don't know how I'm feeling about it on this thing. I don't know. Oh, hello. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that a couple people joined me in my Twitch stream for We Otter Chill. I am going over my battle vests and eating popcorn and just we chillin' with some lo-fi in the background. I am not in my otter onesie today. Why were you peeing in the yard? Why were you peeing in your aunt's yard? I mean, if you really had to go. Alright. Eat some popcorn. I mixed it with some ranch. Building a fan base is hard as fuck, I bet. Yeah, building a fan base is hard. But I've also been really bad. I've been out of the loop for about 2 weeks now, partially because of Cat right there. He had to go to the vet. And partially because last week... Oh, hey, I found the thing for my pin. Last week I had to... last week I went to Bellefontaine and I was just like, I don't feel like going. But I'm glad people could join me this time. I was getting really nervous at a certain point. Would I be cool if I caught my nephew? I mean, it depends. If I caught my nephew peeing in my backyard's in the city, and we don't really have a privacy fence, so I would be like, yo, if you gotta go, like, pee inside, I wouldn't freak out about it, though. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But you can get in trouble for that. Mm. Mm. Sorry, this popcorn is my dinner tonight. I got some, like, ranch stuff on it. It's good. Mm. So, we went over the one. In fact, went over my one Battle Fest. Yeah, exactly. I would worry about, like, people calling the cops and stuff. Since I found the thing for my Curiosities pin, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Nacho cheese? Oh, the powder? Yeah, I've got... Okay, so I, like, splurged on Amazon one day, and I decided to get, like, the whole mini set. So I have, like, pretty much all of these. The only downside is it gets really humid, so... in our kitchen, so I've had to, like, break them up multiple times. And some of them just got nasty. So I've had to throw a couple away, but... the ranch ones, and the ranch... And honestly, like, I don't even use the other ones. Like, not even kettle corn, because I'm a disgusting individual and I just, like, put sugar in my bag popcorn for the texture, you know? A lot of people think that's gross. I'm just like, nah. It's delicious. Alright. I'm gonna get my other vest, and I had to shove everything away. Alright, get my other vest. This will be more of a big tour. Some of you have probably seen this before. But I'm gonna go through it again. The red bits on it, I actually did a tutorial on YouTube under my other channel, Two Broke Goths. These are representative of missing and murdered Indigenous women. That's what it's supposed to represent. That's what it's for. Bring more awareness to that. And I wanted to do that on my battle vest. This vest I would say is more towards completion than anything. So I have this little pin. It's hard to read from here, but it says, "Don't touch me." I thought, like, putting that on my missing or Indigenous woman thing was, like, very, very appropriate. My Scary Black button, which, one of my favorite bands, so I had to put it over my heart patch, because I absolutely adore that band. My Gateway Goth Events pin, or button. This one actually says GGE staff, which I technically am. This beautiful heart patch my boyfriend got me. It's got heart and roses, and it's all types of special. This patch was my boyfriend also made me. Well, my partner made me. It is Sopor Eternus patch. And I have a Death's Moth pin right on it. My Sisters of Mercy patch, of course. And then this is probably the oldest one on here, which is the Stranger Things Friends Don't Lie. Which, that show just completely... When is the new season out? Is it out already? I haven't even cared. Like, it just kind of went downhill for me after the third season. Like, I did not like it. I didn't like it. But yeah, this one I actually gotta fix up. I might do that today as well. That's the one side. And then this side is the multitude of buttons. Multitude of buttons. Some of these I might actually move. But let's see who all we got on here. And I'm probably gonna add a couple more, even though they're probably gonna be hidden. We have. Alright. We have Black Angel, Scold, the Kentucky Vampires. This isn't a band, but the Alley in Chicago, which is a clothing store. Esoteric, then comes Silence, Obscure Undead, Secret Sin Records, which I believe that came with the Kentucky Vampires button, a Random Skull button I've had since I was probably 13, Solemn Shapes, a Goths at the Zoo button, which is an event I made, Glass Apple Bonsai, and this button, which this is the one I'm going to switch off here. And this button is Morticia Lily from the Munsters, Miss Lily, and Bride of Frankenstein. And it's actually a drawing somebody that we know did. So I'm going to put that on my other vest, actually. And then below that, there's some more buttons and a Nazi Goths, or Goths against fascism. The fascists do not dance in our darkness. I really like this patch because I know a lot of people have stated that they don't really like the big Nazi symbol with the cross out part, mostly because they can't tell from far away if it's like a pure Nazi or like maybe the cross out won't be big enough or something. This is distinguishable enough to where you can't really see the little symbol, and once you get up close enough to it to see what the hell it says or what it even looks like, it obviously is a bat dumping it in the trash. So there's that. Then this flap, which has Vision Video button, Curse of Cassandra button, Two Spirit button, Solar Fake, and a No Fun button, because I am no fun. Then below that, I have a They Them pin that I got from Target, which honestly, I'm going to take this off. I'm gender fluid, so really I go by a lot. I go by all genders basically, except for it's, and I don't really know, like a they them. I feel like they them pins are it's too little. It's too little to say, but I feel like, I don't know, I need one that has like they, she, he, just to get the overall, like, yes, I approve all of these. Then another one that my partner made, the Shroud. I love the Shroud. And then Jack Skellington, because why not? And then I have an Esoteric patch, because I absolutely love Esoteric. And then on the side here, I know this is very cheesy to say, but it's a fly caught in a spider web. And it says, what is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly, which I know is like one of the live, laugh, loves of goth sayings. But honestly, I don't feel like this is said as much as people seem to think. I don't know. I like it though, and I got this off of Wish. I don't recommend you get patches off of Wish, but this was one of the good ones. And then I got my friend's punk band Plasma Canvas, which... please go check out her band. It's really awesome. That's her punk band. And then Goth Girls Club, because someone gave this to me and I was just like, sure, I'll put it on my vest. Might be able to find one on Etsy. That's where I got them frog pin. Yeah, I'm got a couple on my wish list on Etsy. Alright, and then on the back, the beautiful back, is this moon phase. Again, I got this off Wish, and it has not been bad, but honestly, I don't recommend you get patches off Wish. Please go to, like, Etsy. Then I got this cat patch, which I believe I got from a friend. Depeche Mode. That's falling apart. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I do love me some Nick Cave. He can be an asshole at times, but, you know, most of them kind of are. He's at least tolerable. He hasn't tried to, like, you know, do awful things to other people. Or vote for fascism or whatever. And then I got 9 Inch Nails one. It's in between these two patches that my friends got me from a 9 Inch Nail concert, which is obsolete and irrelevant. And that's all they say. They don't, like, refer to 9 Inch Nails or anything. It just says obsolete and irrelevant. And I was just like, I'm gonna put a 9 Inch Nails patch in between so that people know that it's 9 Inch Nails, or else they're not gonna get it. So yeah, that's it. That's it as far as this thing goes. So now it's time to figure out where to put things. Actually, I got one more thing to show y'all here. Yeah. These are my quote-unquote crust pants. I showed them on TikTok, but I'm going to show them here too. These actually have studs on them. I actually put little pyramid studs on them. And then I've also actually sewed these in with dental floss, which was my first time working with dental floss. And yeah, it's a lot easier. People have definitely not been lying about that. But a lot of these I sewed on with thread. So I have this Vampira patch and this heart skeleton patch that I put on here. Then I have the Addams Family house and this bat patch that I made. And these pants have a hole somewhere, which is why they're in my pile of to fix things. And then this on the butt is Absence of Faith. So, industrial band. I've had that patch forever. They're not an awful band. They're just, like, really hard to find. So, yeah, I want to support them, but I don't think their social media is very good. Like, I don't think their marketing's very good. So, yeah. And I got studs on the back pockets, too. And I don't know where, but there's a hole that I need to fill on those. Popcorn break time. There that goes. What you doing? You just sleeping? I'm surprised he's not over here begging for popcorn. So a couple of the buttons I want to put on my vest is, first off, I got a Cliff and Ivy one. Very tiny. Can't really see it, but it's got a little owl on it and it says Cliff and Ivy. Then I got my friend's music project. And his project is Dead Digital Inc. Highly recommend. And then this one I'm gonna switch to the other vest. So let's just do that. Do that right now. Quick, easy, painless. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out, I have an alien sex bean patch on here. I need to order a ton of more patches and shirts and whatnot. I have a lot on my wish list. And I just don't. I'm hoping within this next week I'm gonna get a very nice raise. Hopefully. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But I'm only making like $15.66 an hour, and that's just not right. I've been at this like one company for many years. I'm not gonna out the company, but you know, I wanna make a living and also maybe spoil myself a little, just a wee bit. All right. I might just put this. I gotta figure out where to put this 1876 patch. I've seen people pile things, but I don't know how I feel about doing that. Maybe, I don't know. Can't really tell. I don't have any bobby pins or anything in here either. Oh, that's a perfect spot. Put it right next to Sapor. Eternus. Sapor. Is it Sapor or Sapor? Like Sephora. I don't think so. I think it's Sapor Eternus. I've heard a lot of people pronounce it differently. But yeah, put it right there. I think that'll be nice. So that's a plan. That'd be a plan. Alright. So let me go ahead. A lot of these go. Put this on a second. Oh, my stuff's falling out of my pockets on my vest. I forget I have stuff in here. This is. Oh, actually, this isn't handy. I was about to say my little thing of toothpicks is actually really handy now, but there's no toothpicks in it. This was me and my friend went to a bar during Pride years ago. I got this years ago. It's a toothpick case that was full of like cinnamon flavored toothpicks. And I actually kept it because the cinnamon kind of rubbed off on other toothpicks as well. So I just kept it. I thought it was nice. Empty out the pocket in the other one too so it doesn't fall out on me. My Hello Kitty mint, devil mint / medication holder. Need more mints. I haven't been going out much, so it's like. And I think that's all that was in there. Okay. My next question is, do I want to do this with thread or do I want to make it easy on myself and do this with floss? I know this is an iron-on patch, by the way. Maybe I'll do it with regular thread because if it's an iron-on patch. So what I normally like to do when I sew a patch on, if it's an iron-on patch, I don't try to take the sticky adhesive off. I actually just work with it. I will sew it on and then I'll like iron it on and then it'll stay on. It'll stay on for many years. So I don't have any white thread. I don't think I brought any with me. This is black, isn't it? Better be. Pretty sure it's black. Make sure it's not like navy blue. It's not telling me. I think it's black. Navy blue is our mortal enemy. Because when navy blue is just a shade darker, it seems to turn black. Do 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 do. Where's the starter? I need the starting. There we go. I don't know why I brought gray thread in here. I don't have any gray. Oh, I got a couple patches, maybe. I don't know. I don't have any scissors in here either, so. Good old teeth. My goodness. Let's see if I can do that trick where I can just like curl it. Do, 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 do. Leo. Really wish I had that cat cam set up. I really need to figure that out. I feel like a lot more people would enjoy that. Just watching him nap. I've seen a lot of people just like that. It's weird. Alrighty. We got this. Good to go. I have no studs on any of my vests, and I don't really know why. I just don't really feel the need to put them on for some reason. It's not that I don't like them either. I love studs. Now for the painting part. There is like a weird little trick putting a thread in a needle, and I can never remember them. I know I brought in a bigger needle, so there we go. There we go. Big honker right here. Bigger hole. Dang it. Still missed. Alright. Ba-ba. I know an indie has had a cat cam on his streams. See where Cypher Pagan maybe. Yeah, I know a couple of streamers. I know Simply Nail Logical has one. I like watching her streams because she's like not a big gamer at all, and I find it fun and interesting to watch people who are like myself, don't really game or have never really gamed that much. So it's just fun to watch other people who don't necessarily get into that stuff just get into gaming. This is gonna have black thread, but you know what? I'm not mad. I just stab it. Stab it. If I can get to it, dang. I don't wanna, like... Come on. By the way, we will be reading more of our otter book today. For those just tuning in, we will get to the otter book, just not right now. We will get to it the last half hour, maybe. I think doing the last half hour as a reading thing is a lot more fun. So, I have been watching Bridgerton with my partner. I don't know why, but the older I get, the more I'm into really goofy, like, Victorian, or that one's more Edwardian era films and stories and stuff. And not even like the really morbid stuff, but more of just like the romantic. Like, I've actually been wanting to watch the Jane Austen films because I'm genuinely curious about it now. I used to vehemently hate stuff like that because tomboy, not necessarily like pick me girl, but just like actually tomboy who just didn't look at that stuff as being appealing. And I also thought it was all about, like, I don't know. I do know that some romantic films just don't interest me. I don't find like The Notebook interesting. In fact, I remember watching that with my ex in the I remember watching that with my ex, and we were actually going to therapy we were going to couples therapy, and we both watched it, and we were both just like, wow, that movie's like a really abusive relationship. So we at least got to the point to where we understood that is an abusive relationship, and that we didn't have that. Like, but in its short case, we hated The Notebook. My ex and I are still good friends, by the way, but it's just kind of funny that, like, our counselor recommended that movie, and we were just kind of like, why? We ended up breaking up not too long after that either, so it was just kind of like, I don't think that counselor worked out for us. It's funny now that I think about it. Yeah, this looks nice and crusty. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Bridgerton. My partner's enjoying it too. Hello! Welcome to the chat. I am sewing a patch, and we're talking about very British, high society British romantic shows. I'm talking about Are you from the UK? No, I am not from the UK. I don't know why. I enjoy shows that are about royalty for some reason. It's funny too, because I'm Lakota, I'm Native American, so it's like anything about colonization, it's just like, Why do I have an interest in that? I don't know. I like movies about the Pope too. No idea why. No idea why. But I love movies about the Pope. I love learning about the whole Catholicism and like what exactly is. I don't know why. I love watching movies about that stuff. I despise it. Like, I feel like a lot of it just shouldn't exist, but I find it interesting. Just very strange. There was one show, what's the one that's about the royal family? That one was really good. It was on Netflix. I think there's another season. Matt Smith played, Prince... I already forgot his name. I'm forgetting everyone's names today. Forgetting names for everything. I don't even know my cat's name today. Ah! No, you came out of the hole. The Crown, yes. I really liked The Crown. And I need to watch that movie with Kirsten Stewart where she plays Princess Diana. I feel like a lot that wasn't in The Crown is going to be in that movie. Granted, I don't even think they're by the same people, but still. Also, Kirsten Stewart actually looks really good in it, so... But yes, really enjoying Bridgerton. We're not even past the first season of that yet, which is kind of shocking. It felt like we got to the part... Spoilers, by the way. I am going to spoil part of it. We got to the part where Daphne and Simon finally get married, and Daphne kind of realizes, oh, he can have children, he just doesn't want children. So we're at that part, and poor Colin, face is itchy for some reason, poor Colin got betrayed by the one girl. And the queen is still trying to find out who Miss Whistledown is. So it's a fun one. My partner and I have actually been enjoying it a lot, and he usually doesn't enjoy stuff like that, but he's liking it a lot. Although he's not liking it now. He doesn't like that Daphne and Simon are fighting now. He thinks that their argument is very dumb, which from a perspective of like not wanting to have children anyway, it is kind of dumb. It is a really dumb situation, but I keep seeing a lot about it on social media, but I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I recommend it. It's been fun so far. Arrgh. I was hoping to avoid the hem. I think the thing with Bridgerton is that a lot of it is definitely more fictionalized. Like there's a lot of black people in it. There's a lot of black people in it, and it was during the Edwardian times, and it's one of those things where it's like you definitely know that there was, like, the queen is black. Like, and it's very interesting because they keep talking about how I don't know. They keep talking about how like how they weren't accepted until the king fell in love with the queen of their people. So it's definitely a different take on history. But it doesn't go into it that much. It's more about the drama and all that stuff. I'm not against it. I think it's really gorgeous, actually. But I do want to know the history a little bit more of that world, because I think it's completely different. Hems are a pain. Kind of have to like put the needle up against a table or something. There we go. Oh, what else did we watch? Watched a little bit of Bluey. I love Bluey. I know it's a children's show, but I really don't care. It's so good. It's so good. It's so cute. But I enjoy Bluey. Bingo is my favorite, though. I don't actually like Bluey that much. Bluey reminds me a lot more of my older sister than she does of me. Bingo reminds me a lot of me. Especially, like, when Bingo is, like, not feeling very social, or... I don't know. I feel like there's something different about Bingo. I love Bingo, though. Bluey's cool too, but I love Bingo the most. It's based on Australia, if you have never seen that show before. But I think my favorite character is, like, overall, is not just Bingo, but also Bandit. And I love the theory. Excuse me. I love the theory behind Bandit, which is that... the reason why they can afford their beautiful home in what is apparently a very expensive area of Australia is Bandit steals. He's an archaeologist, so he steals his finds. And Chili, the mom, she works in airport security, I believe. So she works in getting the fossils, like, on the black market and stuff. It's so, like, it's a funny theory, but it makes sense. It just totally makes sense. It's great, and it's like, because we're all adults and we have to ruin children's shows, you know? Trying to think of what else we've been doing, we've been up to. Sometimes I don't know. Been playing Switch more and more. Part of the reason I wanted to get screen capture up is because I wanted to show you guys the trailer. I'll probably tell you guys to just go watch it anyway, but the trailer for the I think it's called The Haunted Chocolatier or something like that. It's actually based off of the same universe as Stardew Valley. And it's supposed to be like same kind of basic gameplay, just a completely different storyline. And it's from the same makers of Stardew Valley and everything, and I'm really looking forward to it. If I get my video card in and I get that game, I really want to play that. Really want to play it because there's like, you get to be a chocolatier and you get like ghost butlers at some point. Like I saw in the trailer, and it has like the same like super nice chill wavy music, like kind of what we have now, and you know, same as Stardew Valley. Oh, speaking of, I did get my I got my partner the Stardew Valley vinyl set, and they absolutely love it. I love hearing it. I love hearing it in the morning, especially when they get up before me, because they'll start playing it, and it's just like, this is so nice. Music from Stardew Valley is so freaking nice, and I was very happy to get it on vinyl. And every vinyl is like different colored and has like one for each season. So it has all the music for each season on each vinyl disc. Very interesting. Very pretty. Alright, that's how that's looking so far. It is stuck on there. Boop, boop, boop. Where did it go? There it goes. Had to flip it around. I forget how much like putting patches on something takes. I'm not the fastest, especially when I'm talking. But I'm also like not doing a lazy job on this either. This way might go faster, I don't know. So far, it looks like we're not going to get cut off. My partner actually did a disk cleanup on my computer, which apparently I'm supposed to do, and I just never do. So, I also had to update OBS. So, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not. I probably did. Oh well. I don't know when I'm going to be DJing again, by the way. April's a very busy month at my job. So I will probably, hopefully next weekend, I will DJ again on here. Because I enjoy DJing and I have a lot of music that I need to put in. Maybe hopefully by then I'll figure out the kitty cam. I don't know. I'd like to put the kitty cam on there, although I think that's going to be a lot. I think that's going to be a lot. But, yeah. I'm hoping with my raise I can get, like, a bunch of stuff off my wish list. I did start a Twitch, like, Amazon wish list, and I posted my Bandcamp, too, on my Twitch About section. I probably won't get anything from it, from anybody else, but it's nice to have it so that I can, like, at least keep track of things that I kind of want and need, and that video card is on there, and that's probably, once I get my raise, if I get my raise, that's going to be the first thing I buy, because I've been wanting to do a little bit more gaming, a little bit more different stuff. I also need a new Mac. I've probably said that every stream now. I need a new Mac. So bad. Like, you can tell by the webcam, it's not really the best quality ever. I have an Osmo cam too, and I was trying to figure out how to hook that up to my computer, but I really couldn't. That's strange. I all missed it earlier, but I was finishing up the last of my Oreo Cakesters. My partner got me a pack of Oreo Cakesters. I have not had those for probably a good decade. And I love them. They're so good. There's too few in a box. But I just... fine cuisine. And there's that. I just need to tie it in the back. Today I was playing Among Us. I was playing it I was playing it at work because it was so dead. I haven't had them in forever either. Go to Schnucks, or I don't think you have a Schnucks. Go to the grocery store, Walmart, or wherever and get you some Cakesters. They have them out now, and they're so good. They're just as good as I remember. And yes, they're very superior to Oreos. Like, I love regular Oreos, and I'm very happy we could find some gluten-free ones for my partner. They actually don't taste any different. They're very good. So we kind of have to, like, hide them from me. But, yeah, Oreo Cakesters. I kind of just want to pile them and eat them like that. Come on, Thread. We're almost done. There we go. Now I have these two vests, but part of me really wants another vest for like death metal bands. But the thing is that I don't really like death metal all that much. So I have no idea what else I would put on it. I only have like a couple of bands. I have like I like a lot of different type of stuff. I like things like Bloodywood and Whispered, and like bands that incorporate like old cultural instruments. That's my jam. Love that shit. But a lot of just like pure, like, I don't really like black metal at all, really. It's not that it's bad, it's just not my thing. I like the history behind it, I find that interesting, but as far as everything else about black metal, it's not my thing. Not my thing. I have a couple patches though. I have one from Casket Robbery. They're a really good band if you're into metal. And then I have Dimmu Borgir, which I really like that band as well. But yeah, like, I love, what are some other foreign metal bands I love? I love Corporate Lani. I love that band. That's a fun one. I love Elevetti. Maximum Hormone, which I think is actually one of my favorite bands overall. Like, I listen to Maximum Hormone a lot. I don't even know what the hell they're saying half the time. They're a Japanese metal band. In fact, I would go on to say that they're actually more of a Japanese nu metal band than anything. Because they do incorporate a lot more rap into their music, so a lot of people don't understand that that's what nu metal is. It's when you incorporate a lot of fast speaking with metal. Oh, I forgot to show this pin too. It's a little bat, and it's on the hole, so that when you button it up, it looks like it's hanging from a button. Here, show real quick. See? It looks like it's hanging from the button. It's adorbs. Alright, what time is it? It's 8:16. I'm gonna eat some of my popcorn. My dinner. I will have to look that up because Cellar Darling. I will have to look that up because I freaking love their hurdy-gurdy. Hurdy-gurdy and metal just belongs, and a lot of people kind of look at that really weird, and it's like, no, it belongs in metal. It sounds so good. I might just work on a hole in my pants since it's like 8:17 almost. And we're gonna have to read soon. So I'm gonna put this one button on here first, and then we're gonna do that. Put you right here. Goes to the Vampira Ghoul Club, whatever. I love it when metal bands incorporate more traditional music, aka old men's guitars. I love Metalocalypse. That's actually another band I actually really like, is Deathclock. And I'm really sad that I don't think I'll ever be able to see them tour because of that licensing BS. But yeah. Where's the hole in this? Hole on these pants. If it was like on the knee, I wouldn't give a shit, but I think this is on the butt. It's on the butt somewhere. Aha. Maybe? Oh, yeah. It's another hole that formed after I sewed up the last one. So I think my butt's just too big for these pants. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ah. Alright. Tie. Possibly hoping to paint my nails too. Need to do that though, regardless. I'm really bad about biting my nails. And one thing that keeps me from doing that is painting them. But when I don't paint them, I bite them. And I chew on them. And then I get little stubby nails. Alright, fix this hole real quick. Come on. Damn me, my eyeballs. Come on. There we go. Alrighty. Ow, I just stabbed myself. That's cool, whatever. And it's not big enough. After this, I need to get a hold of my partner, and we will have a, if you're in GGE, we will have a giveaway happening. They made a beautiful spiked bracelet and collar set, and we will be giving that away as a share part of a share contest for our Resurgence event. And it's going to be across all platforms. So Twitter, Facebook, because we can't really afford to pay for Facebook advertising. And I just think that they're garbage. Well, Facebook is garbage. Yes, they're very nice. My partner is actually thinking about making me a collar. He has an issue, like, I'm trying to get him to, like, do more with his leather work because he's very good at it. However, I don't think it's his passion, and I think he's just like, well, I'm not going to make a paycheck right away from this, so I don't really want to do it. And I don't blame him, but at the same time, it's really good, and I feel like yeah, Facebook advertising is absolute crap. We don't like using it. I don't even like using Facebook that much anymore. Like, I think putting up flyers around our city is honestly a better option than Facebook, which that's really sad. But yeah, Facebook just kind of sucks, and we're trying to avoid using too many, so we're going to do a gigantic share giveaway where we'll have it on Instagram, we'll have it on Twitter, we'll have it on Facebook, yada yada yada, and we'll throw names in a hat, and whoever comes out winning wins. Usually that stuff works out though, because it's like, you know, people like free stuff. If they have a chance to win it, they'll go for it, you know? And I don't blame them. Oh man, this is like a crazy hole. It's like 2 holes with like 1 piece of thread holding it all together to keep it from turning into one gigantic hole. That looks like shit. Now, if that gets any bigger, what I'll do is I'll just get like a piece of fabric like this and slap it over it, because I mean, that's kind of what these are. They're kind of crust punk pants. Crust goth pants, if you want to say that. Because I am cheap. And these are the only, like, skinny jeans or skinny pants that I like, because they have, like, 8 fucking pockets. So another thing I'm gonna get when I make a lot more money is I'm just gonna get plain black cargo pants. I don't care what anyone says. I love them. They're comfy. They work with most of my outfits. If I could afford Junko jeans, I freaking would. Alright. Looks kind of good. It's probably gonna bust again, but like I said, I'll probably just throw a patch over it. The hell? I just realized the inside back pockets they sewed, like, to make it short here, but there's like so much extra space. That's weird. Whatever. Women's pants are awful. Did you hear him? He just went. Oh my god. Buddy, you okay? Do you have a dream? Yeah? Oh, now you're begging. You want to say hi to people? You want to say hi to people while begging for popcorn? Here. We're about to read soon. Don't be shy. There he is. The man of the hour. I know, Mama doesn't really have good sitting thighs, does she? Here. Let me see if I can make room for you. You need to make bigger gaming chairs so you can fit your cat. No, he's gonna lay down. Okay. You're goofy. I love you. Love you, bud. There we go. Move my Yeti mic. Because now it is reading time. Time to read. It's time to read. Yeah, it's time to read. Target the otter. So, what we were last at? Oh no. You just came in time for reading time. I am reading, just to update anybody who's just joined. Yeah, story time. Just in time for story time. And my cat. Oh my god. Okay, he's decided to be on the ground. Alright, so, update from last reading time. You didn't miss much. So, I'm reading Tarka the Otter by Henry Williamson. Because, I mean, for a Let's Otter Chill joke, let's read a book about an otter, obviously. Where we last left off, the author of the book, I don't think this author, it's like a fake author, he basically was bitching about how writing this book about an otter was extremely difficult when taking care of his baby while his wife was sick, because God forbid. But yeah, lots of drama. So I'm going to continue off in that chapter. Thankfully, we're almost done with it, because I'm honestly really getting tired of this. Name the book again, Tarka the Otter. Tarka. All right. So, do do do. And again, this is from the viewpoint of the author. This isn't the otter yet. So we're getting past this, and then, god damn it, Leo, he's just got to get into every closet. So we're gonna get past this, and then we'll actually be reading about the otter. So for the next half hour, let's enjoy story time. All right, starting here. I groped my way with the baby, my eyelids shut tight, to Skullcracker to lie down with my cub on my chest. There's this room called the Skullcracker, and I have no idea what it is. I've not figured it out yet. And sometimes the bottle... Oh, hold on. As a sort of hot water bottle for him. For me, too, and sometimes the bottle leaked, but our mutual warmth soon dried the slight discomfort. Ew. Just let his kid pee on him and then lay with him the rest of the night. Okay, you want to come up here? Sorry, my cat is, like, being somewhat needy, and I don't have big, thick, motherly thighs to hold him, and that annoys him greatly. Alright, bye. One such night, or dawning, I noticed an absence of strong ammoniacal and ammonia smell. It seems almost the confession of a simpleton. But the idea not occur to me for several weeks that his mother was not able to feed him properly. And I was feeding him. I need to get this closer to my face. Feed him properly. And was I feeding to him, my bottle, the right foods? You don't even know what you were feeding your kid? Wow. I had tried several proprietary brands. All had been rejected. And had I fed to his mother enough proper food to make milk for him, lettuces, bread, and butter, white bread with the skin of the wheat berry ground away, and tea with cheese and sometimes marmalade and an egg, were they too poor a nourishment? How obvious it was after the idea had taken root! Eventually, after some more trial foods, savory and Moors was suggested by an old lady. From the first bottle... he's knocking over things now. No. No. Hold on. No. No. It's reading time. It's reading time. From the first bottle, the baby ceased to wail. He put on weight, but not too much. He was now nearly 6 months old and weighed less than half his weight again at birth. He seemed, in the years that were to come, to be the least secure child of the family. Always a little anxious, life with father, when father depends on his feelings for imaginative writing, more exhausting than some people realize. To support a family to not always easy for himself or for those around him. But for the moment, which was August 1926, all was apparently well, and baby appeared to be growing into a strong and happy child. Alright, I better let my vicious cat out. Hold on. Alright, get on out of here. When corn harvest was on, mother and son were playing together in the sea sands at the seashore. The book too was finished. The new typescript was sent off to John Forsyth, historian of the British Army, and author of The Story of a Red Deer, a West Country classic. He was an old friend of my wife's family, and since he had been bred in Devon, where his forebears had lived since the 15th century, his verdict was awaited with mixed feelings. For while a remote part of me was sure about the spirit of the book, I had received adverse criticism from some otter hunters. I remember this part. I think I read this part, but this is where, it started cutting out. Seasonal visitors to what was called the combined or joint week, when various packs came down to hunt the Sheraton water. One of these visitors, a wine and spirit merchant and former Sheraton MOH, wrote to demand what qualifications I, a stranger to Devon, and not exactly a keen sportsman, possessed, that I should presume to write about an otter. How dare he? As I had an article in the Tatler, my ears would burn. He went on to say if I could have heard some of the comments of his fellow members of the Crowhurst, a Sussex pack. To this letter I replied gently, admitting almost total ignorance compared with his great experience. A reply came in a different key, and from later correspondence I received some help, and to this day remain in his debt, for the source of the final scene, when a dying otter in a tidal pool drowned the stallion hound of a pack which had hunted the otter to exhaustion during many hours. After the book was published, when I saw this gentleman again, he greeted me with enthusiasm, as one who knew more about otters than he did. Okay. Oh, you knew how they die. You know everything about them, then. It's weird. Hunters are weird. People tell me that a sinking otter would never drown a hound, but I tell them that I saw the very thing happen in an Irish tidal river. He said to the author, modestly receiving his congratulations. Sir John Forsyth was kind enough to write an introduction to the original edition of Tarka, and in a letter to me he said that the spirit of Exmoor, which he had known since a boy, was now revealed to him in a way that increased his own knowledge and feeling for his home. How was this possible, he asked. It was only later that I wondered if my sense of place, my feeling of being at home on Exmoor and in its elements, could have been transmitted genetically through one line of my forebears, which had lived below the moor at one place, certainly as far back as the 13th century, according to published records, and as Dr. W.G. Hoskins, a Devonian writer of first-class history and fellow of All Souls, told me the other day. Probably the family was at Knoston in Saxon times. They're British, so I'm assuming that there is no silent words. It's just pronounced as it's pronounced. So it's Knoston in Saxon times. I need to drink some water. For it is established that some birds have an inherited sense of place. Why not with the so-called mammals? I mean, duh. It is not evidence acceptable to any scientific laboratory mind, but I have also wondered about the name Tarka, which came suddenly to me. I'm actually curious about that too. Entirely without reflection. When the book was published, I had some correspondence with a professor of Nottingham University. Sounds so snobby. Named Ernest Weekly, whose name was vaguely familiar. To me, let me read more like this. All right. To me, entirely without reflection, when the book was published, I had some correspondence with a professor at Nottingham University named Ernest Weekly, whose name was vaguely familiar to me. Then I recalled that Miss Frida Weekly had left her home to follow a young man called D.H. Lawrence, whose books were then read. Put the light down to help me. Yes, I'm still on that awful chapter, by the way. D.H. Lawrence, whose books were then read by the few and the cause of anger and contempt among the many. Professor Weekly wrote that the names of some West Country rivers were possibly Celtic in origin, from the word ta, water, such as Ta, Turridge, Tamar, Tain, Tavi. The A was a diminutive, as in Wood Bay near Linton and Forda, the little ford across the roads winding down the valley, from Georgeham, originally Ham, Ham. So Tarka, meaning wandering as water, or the little water wanderer. Oh, that's cute. As the author had invented, was not altogether fictitious. One more point. The gravel ridge in the estuary of the two rivers is today generally called Middle Ridge. In the time of writing Tarka, old fishermen and mast and yards men, sorry, it's a weird one, deep water tailors, called it variously according to the beer they had drunk, the Sharshook, or Shar's Hook. One of their numbers, a Captain Charles Hook, was caught in the ridge by the flowing tide at night and swept away to drown. Now it is time to go. Upon the river lie the last sunset hues, in colder air moving down from the moor. The stony tongues of the water rise sudden loud under the oaks. Now we are actually on to the first year of Tarka the Otter. All right. Twilight upon meadow and water, the eve star shining above the hill, and old Nog, the heron, crying, "Crack!" as his slow dark wings carried him down to the estuary, a whiteness drifting above the sere reeds of the riverside. For the owl had flown from under the middle arch of the stone bridge and once carried the canal across the river. I need to readjust myself. Hold on. Thank you. Below Canal Bridge, on the right bank, grew 12 great trees with roots awash. 13 had stood there, elven oaks and 2 ash trees, but the oak nearest the North Star had never thriven, since first a pale green hook had been pushed out of a swelled black acorn left by floods on the bank more than 3 centuries before. Same. In its second year, a bullock's hoof had crushed the seedling, breaking its 2 ruddy leaves, and the sapling grew up crooked. The cleft of its fork held the rains of 200 years until frost made a wedge of ice that spilt the trunk. Another century's weather wore it hollow, while every flood took more earth and stones from under it, and one rainy night, when salmon and peel from the sea were swimming against the brown rushing water, the tree had suddenly groaned. Every root carried the groans of the moving trunk, and the voles ran in fear from their tunnels. It rocked until dawn. And when the wind left the land, it gave a loud cry, scaring the white owl from its roost, and fell into the river as the sun was rising. Okay, get to the damn otter, Jesus. Now the water had dropped back, and dry sticks lodged on the branches marked the top of the flood. The river flowed slowly through the pool, a glimmer with the clear green western sky. At the tail of the pool, it quickened smoothly into paws of water, and with star streaming claws, the water murmured against the stones. Jets and rills ran fast and shallow to an island on which grew a leaning willow tree. Down from here the river moved, swift and polished. Alder and sallow grew on its banks. Round a bend it hastened, musical over many stretches of shillet. At the end of the bend it merged into a dull silence of deep salt water, and its bright spirit was lost. The banks below were mud, channeled by the soluces of guts draining the marsh. Every 12 hours the sea passed an arm under Halfpenny Bridge, a minute's heron flight below, and the spring tides felt the banks as far as the bend. The water moved down again immediately, for the tides had no rest. The tree lay black in the glimmering salmon pool. Over the meadow a mist was moving, white and silent as the fringe of down on the owl's feathers. Since the fading of the shadows, it had been straying from the wood beyond the millet. What are we reading? Reading Tarka the Otter. Little update. Tarka the Otter. In the breath, the sense of the day. Basically, it's the story of an otter. And I'm just beginning it, actually. Bees had bended bluebell and primrose. Now the bees slept, and mice were running through the flowers. Over the old year's leaves, the vapor moved, silent and wan. The wraith of waters once filling the ancient wide riverbed. Men say that the sea's tides covered all this land when the Roman galleys drifted up under the hills. Earth trickled by the gap in the bank to the broken roots below. Voles were at work. Voles were at work clearing their tunnels, scraping new shafts and galleries. I'm just imagining voles with like an art gallery, and it's making me laugh a lot. Wow, my camera is terrible, and I'm sorry. Biting the rootlets which hindered them. And finally, we're getting to the otter. We are at the otter. An otter curled in the dry upper hollow of the fallen oat heard them, and uncurling shook herself on 4 short legs, Through a woodpecker's hole above her, she saw the star cluster of the hunting dogs as faint points of light. Uh-oh. More voles. No otters. No! No, we need otters. Or else it's not We Otter Chill. Okay, so the otter was hungry. She was hungry. Since noon, the otter had lain there, sometimes twitching in sleep. The white owl alighted on the upright branch of the tree, and the otter heard the scratch of its talons as they gripped the bark. She looked up from the opening, and the brush of her whiskers on the wood was heard by the bird, whose ear holes, hidden by feathers, were as large as those of a cat. The owl was hearkening, however, for the prick of the claws of mice on leaves, and when it heard those tiny noises, it stared until it saw movement, and with a skirling screech that made the mouse crouch in a fixity of terror, that's a funny word, fixity, of terror, sailed to the ground and clutched it in a foot. The otter gave but a glance to the bird. She was using all of her senses to find enemies. She stood rigid. The hair on her back was raised. Her long tail was held straight. Only her nose moved as it worked at the scents brought by the mist from the wood. Mingled? Why did I mess that up? Mingled with flower odors, which were unpleasant to her, was the taint that had given her a sudden shock. Oh, we got our first picture. Look at that. Look at the otter. The otter's right there. Otter's right there, man. Hell yeah. Got our otter. All right. The hourly halt with Cannel Bridge upstream. Oh, and there's the owl. There's the owl being all like, "What you doing?" Okay. On. Causing her heart to beat quickly. For power of running and fighting, if concerned. The taint... I'm sorry, I'm 12. The taint most dreaded by the otters who wandered and hunted and played in the country of the two rivers, the scent of deadlock, the great pied hound, and the belving tongue leader of the pack, whose kills were noticed on many hunting poles. The otter had been hunted that morning, deadlocked and chopped at her pate, and his teeth had grooved a mark in her fur. Oh, mama. As she ran over a stony shallow, the pack had been whipped off when the master had seen that she was heavy with young, and she had swum away down the river and hidden in the hollow of the water-lapped trunk. The mist moved down with the river. Her heart slowed. She forgot quickly. She put her head and shoulders under the water, holding her breath and steadying herself by pressing her tail, which was thick and strong and tapered from where her backbone ended, against the rough bark. She was listening and watching for fish. Not even the voles peeping from their holes. The voles peeping from their holes. Again heard the otter as she slid into the water. Her dark form came within the inverted cone of water light wherein movement above was visible. To a trout waving fins and tail behind a sunken bow. While the otter was swimming down to the rocky bed, she saw the glint of scales as the fish sped in zigzag course to its cave. The otter was 6 feet under the surface, and at this depth her eyes sat level with the short fur of the head, could detect any movement above her in the water. Lit by starrays, She could see about 4 times her own length in the page. Quit posting dogs barking. That's not nice. Not nice. Don't want hound dogs hunting otters. Front, but beyond all was obscure, for the surface reflected the dark bed of the river. Swimming above the weeds of the pool, she followed the way of the trout, searching every big boulder. She was way wise in the salmon pool in underwater pursuit. Her acute sense of smell was useless, for she could not breathe. She peered around the rocks and in every cave in the bank. She swam without haste, in a slow and easy motion, with kicks of her thick, webbed hind feet and strokes of her tail, which she used as a rudder to swing herself up or down or sideways. She found the fish under an ash tree root, and as it tried to dart away over her head, she threw herself sideways and backwards and seized it in her teeth. So I have a question. Just breaking away from this for a second. How did the author know exactly what like things are doing underwater? Like, how did people know? That's a question I got. Like, did they have special viewfinders that they could, or viewing things that they could look underwater and see exactly what was happening? Like, I have no idea, because even back then, like, those waters were really muddy. I don't know. I'm very curious about that. Ah, itchy. Alright. Need to wash my face after this. Alright. She peered on the rocks, and in every cave in the bank she swam without haste, in a slow and easy motion, with kicks of her thick webbed hind feet, the strokes of her tail, which she used to rudder to swim herself up or down or sideways. She found the fish under an ash tree, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I read all this. Do a drink. She ate her prey, holding it in her forepaws and cranching with her head on one side. She ate to the tail, which she left on a wad of drying mud, east from a hoof, and she was drinking a draught of water when a whistling cry came from under Canal Bridge. It was a thin, hard, musical quality, and carried far down the river. She answered gladly, for it was the call of the dog otter, with whom she had mated nearly 9 weeks before. Damn, girl. Get you some. He had followed her down from the wire by the scent lying in her seals, or footprints left on many scours, and on the otter path across the meadowland of the river's bend. He swam in the deep water, hidden except for his nose, which pushed a ream on the surface, placid in the windless night. As she watched the ream become a swirl, the otter on land heard the instant hiss of breath in the nostrils before they sank. Immediately, she slipped into the river with the least ripple tracing where she had entered. The dog otter had sniffed the scent of a fish. All right, it is 9 o'clock now. So we are going to stop it there, and we will continue this next Sunday. I will probably go back to either working on my battle vest or possibly something else, but we're going to call it quits for the day, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you all for joining. Bye!